This is the ring entering ceremony. I guess many of the crowd are wondering if this is going to be the last time that he does it. There's his father and Oyakata Futoyama, stable boss, watching his Yokozuna Dohyo Iri. And it's full house again on day 8. And we go to the first of our bouts. South Korean Kasugao fights Tochinonada. Well, they never fought before. Tochinonada, of course, has been around in Makuuchi Sumo since 1997. Kasugao is a newcomer to this division. And there you see the difference between the two. Tochinonada controls him pretty easily. So a yorikiri win there for Tochinonada. And third loss for Kasugao. Well, that's a good view of sumo feet. They pick up a lot of injuries on this very rough surface. Skin gets scraped off very easily. Now Akinoshima is fighting Gojoro. He's a real veteran, 35 years old. Previous basho he had 9 wins. This basho's only had 1 win so far. And this is exactly the halfway point, day 8. It's right slap bang in the middle. He needs the wins, although he's not that close to the bottom of the Makuuchi division, which would cause him any problems for demotion, even if he does have a bad basho. So slowish start by Akinoshima. Doesn't really bang him with his head. And it's Gojoro that's giving him a hard time, although Akinoshima's livening up a little bit. A lot of slaps going on here. Head banging and slaps, tries a pull down there. There's another pull down, and it's Akinoshima that gets the hikiotoshi, the pull drop win over Gojoro. Well, that was a lively bout. Probably will see it in their faces. Often after those exchange of tsukpari attacks, see a certain amount of blood flowing from either the lips or the nose. Akinoshima there takes his 2nd win. Takanotsuru, 171 kilos of him. In his first Makuuchi basho against Wakanoyama. He's been in the Makuuchi since 1992, although he did have a long absence from it when he was ill. Well, Takanotsuru takes that one, uses his long arms, pushes in and then pulls forward, and down goes Wakanoyama with hikiotoshi. So the names are called out. They come into the ring and they go through a long, elaborate ritual. It would be nice to show all the rituals, but instead of a 1-hour program, we'd have a 4-hour program. Now we have Takamisakari against Shimotori. These two have fought 5 times. Shimotori's won 3, and that was the last 3. So he's got the upper hand currently. Takamisakari's an awkward customer. And it's Shimotori who takes that one. Dumps Takamisakari over the edge with yoritaoshi. It looks though he could have hurt himself there, or maybe not, difficult to say. No, he seems to be okay, limping slightly. There's a little bit of padding on the flat surface beyond the ring, so if they land down there, it's not too painful, although of course there are audience to land on. Those seats just round the ring are known as Tamari Zeki, and you can't buy them. They're booked a long time in advance by the Tamari Club members. Now we have Hokutoriki against Kotoryu. These two have fought twice before. Each has won once. Kotoryu with 6 wins is doing quite well. Hokutoriki with only 3 wins, and there's a lot of thrust to the face and throat there, and there's a pull away. Hokutoriki releases the pressure, and Kotoryu went sailing forward down to the ground. Hikiotoshi win there for Hokutoriki. He rose very quickly into the Makuuchi division. It only took him 2 tournaments in the Juryo division to come through, although he took his time to get to the Juryo. No, Takanohana. It'll be very interesting to know what's going through his head. Now Kyokushuzan, Mongolian. In the early days, he was around about 96 when he first came into the Makuuchi division. He was a very exciting fighter, did lots and lots of techniques. Very unpredictable, injured quite a few wrestlers as well with his unorthodox techniques. Now pretty much settled down. He's comfortably in the Maegashira ranks. Not likely to go up very much, or will probably stay here for some time, barring bad injuries. Well, Tamanoshima has given him a hard time there with that forearm across the throat, pushing his head and neck back. Don't often see that as a move. So that was Tamanoshima's 5th win, and it was Kyokushuzan's 5th loss. Kaiho came from the great amateur stable of Nihon University, otherwise known as Nichidai. Many of these pro sumo wrestlers came through that amateur club. Well, there's a pull down, push, and then translated into a pull from Kotonowaka. Kaiho unable to recover his balance from that pull. So okuritaoshi win there by Kotonowaka. And Kotonowaka's discovered that he will fight Takanohana tomorrow. Most of the wrestlers discover who they're going to fight the following day, just before they go up for their bout. With the other ranks, it's not so. Juryo fighters don't know till after they've left the tournament venue. Now Toki against Iwakiyama. They fought once before, and Iwakiyama won that one. Toki trying hard, but Toki's having a terrible basho. That's his 8th loss, and he's the first rikishi in this basho to get makikoshi. So he'll slide down the rankings a bit. At Maegashira 2, he's safe enough, but with this sort of performance, he's going to drop down quite considerably into the Maegashira ranks. 5th win there for Iwakiyama. A brief clip there of Takanohana having his hair done by the Tokuyama. Even the sumo barbers have ranks. There are 6 ranks in all. Top rank is the Tokuto rank, and beneath that there are 1 to 5 grades of barber. Now Takanonami against Dejima. These two have fought 23 times. Takanonami's only won 9 of them. And that's the 16th win for Dejima over the former Ozeki Takanonami. So yorikiri win there from Dejima. He's not doing too bad. He seems to be getting back to his old form. He won a tournament some time ago, and he had an awful year of injuries and illness. Previous basho, he had 10 wins. This time, that's his 7th win. So he'll be doing much better than that by the end, barring any upsets or injuries. Now, Tosanoumi fights Wakanosato, popularly known as Popeye in Japan, on account of his walk. And it's Wakanosato who takes that one with oshidashi. Managed to shrug Tosanoumi's right arm over his head and then pushed him out over the edge. So Popeye takes that one. That gives him his 6th win. Kyokutenho, 4 wins, 148 kilos, fights Takanowaka. Almost exactly the same weight, 148 kilos. Kyokutenho, tall wrestler. Takanowaka, quite tall as well. And Kyokutenho locked in quick there, round the waist, and then just pushed him straight out. Made the ring there look quite small with the speed of his movements. Came out fast, grabbed fast, took him over the edge fast. 5th win for Kyokutenho, 4th loss for Takanowaka. Well, I guess Takanohana has probably said to himself, if he loses today, give it a... he'll retire, almost certainly. I mean, grand champions are not meant to lose at the rate he's losing this basho. So probably he's made some kind of calculation that a loss today is probably the final straw. Asa Shoryu has won 7 straight wins so far. He's previously had 3 8 straight wins, so if he gets a win here, that would be his 4th 8 straight wins, which is a minor record. He's now fighting Tokitsumi. They fought 4 times previously. Asa Shoryu's won 3 of them. Well, when Asa Shoryu locks on the belt, he seems to have enormous power. Well, this time he's just going for the slaps and the pull downs. But a change. More slaps and pull downs. Looking for the belt, but he's been denied it. Tries an arm there. There's an overarm, and he just smashes Tokitsumi down with that kotenagi type kime hold. A lot of stress on the arm there. You can see him locking round. There it goes. Locks in on the arm and just dumps Tokitsumi down. Well, he had to work a bit there for that one. But that's his 8th straight win in this basho. It's his 4th time he's done that, and that rivals the great Yokozuna Kitonoumi, who did the same in the 1980s. Now, these two have fought 11 times before. Musayama against Kotomitsuki. Kotomitsuki has won 7 of them. Quite an analytical fighter is Kotomitsuki, watches a lot of videos of his opponents, carries a lot of information in his head about what they do. And there we see, he beats Musayama without too much trouble with yorikiri. 5th win for Kotomitsuki, and 5th loss for Musayama. Now this is perhaps a moment in sumo history. Takanohana, who lost yesterday to Dejima with Watashi Komi, here against Aminishiki. Well, he should be able to dispose of Aminishiki fairly easily. Aminishiki had 9 wins in the previous basho, but before that he had 3 maki koshis in the 3 previous basho. So he's not really much of an opponent for the Yokozuna, but he's a wily, skinny, active fighter, quite technical. Takanohana not looking too confident there by the look of that. Big deep breath as he comes out for the final crouch down. Now Takanohana, the man who won 22 tournaments in the past. And Aminishiki comes out, gets round behind the grand champion and forces him out. And it's Aminishiki takes the win, and that's the 2nd loss in a row for the grand champion. Well, that's got to be it. I can't really see how he'll continue after this. His shoulder didn't look to be particularly painful. His knees seem to be all right, but his movements are slow, and mentally he seems to have lost it. So that's his 3rd win so far in this tournament. Let's watch that one again. Aminishiki very quickly manages to get hold of his arm, spins him round, gets round behind, almost there you see, almost round the back, and then he takes Takanohana right to the edge, and there's a shove, and he sends the Yokozuna over the edge. Well, here he is, surrounded by the press, and he never says a word to them. He's not a very sympathetic interviewee as far as the Japanese media is concerned. He just sits there with almost Buddha-like face. A Buddha with a cauliflower ear, though, it has to be said. So he's looking maybe a little bit lighter. Maybe he thinks to himself, that's it, I'm going to retire now. It's a long, hard life. He's been in pro sumo, Makuuchi sumo, since 1990, nearly 13 years. Well, we'll find out tomorrow, was it? Stay with us. We'll be back very shortly.